everybody. So today I'm doing something that's, I don't know, a little different, I suppose. I am making sort of like a reference chart, I guess, for Mill Hill beads. I have quite a few of them, so I figured this way, if I can't find one that I need, I can just reference this and substitute one if I need to. So hopefully everything will fit on here. I haven't gotten that far with it, but right now I'm just sticking the numbers on it. So I have the numbers of the Mill Hill beads. So I'm just back stitching the numbers on. Not much has really been going on this week. We went and saw Grandma and Joanne. She's still not having good weeks. And that's never any fun. I hate watching her not have very many good days. I'm not sure what's going on, but she's just doesn't feel like doing anything. As far this is the new house, it's completely ready to be put back together, and I'm getting quite frustrated with this darn bank because it's been over a month and not much progress has been made for the bank loan. I mean, I guess I'm frustrated because we applied for the loan on June 16th and were approved and everything. I think it was like 2 days later. No, because we applied for it on a Friday. So that Monday, they set us up with our portal. Everything was approved, and all we were waiting for was the appraisal on the house. And then the appraiser came July 7th, appraised the house, and we have been completely approved. That was the last thing that we were waiting on. And I messaged our loan officer, and it was sent to the underwriters. Nope, didn't stitch that right. And has been sitting at the underwriters for weeks now. So it's literally a waiting game at this point on when it's going to get back onto our loan officer's desk so we can close the loan. And I messaged our loan officer yesterday of like, you know, is there any update on this? Like, what is going on? Like, everything is at a standstill now. There's nothing left to do. Everything, it is literally an empty shell that is waiting to be put back together. And she was like, oh, I should have it back on my desk today, and I'll be able to call you and set up the closing and everything else. And I never got a call yesterday. Never got the call. So here we are, still waiting. And I'm praying to God that we get a call today, because I'm getting pretty frustrated. Any other time my husband and I have taken out a loan, we've always been able to go right down to our bank, talk to somebody, and hand over all the paperwork the same day. They do the credit check, they do all the things, and then, you know, they would approve our, you know, it took us maybe a week, and they were able to put the money right into our bank account, no problem. And now our bank no longer does, like, our branch of the bank no longer does the loans at their branch. I guess they stopped doing that, and you have to go through the main branch. And it's just been a big old giant hassle. And it's like, who came up with that idea? Because now your main branch is handling everybody's loans from, I don't know if it's all over the country or just the main branch here in Pennsylvania or what's going on, but still, like, that's a lot of loans for the main branch to have to handle. Like, clearly you guys aren't staffed very well if we're waiting this long on approvals for loans that have been approved right now. For a month now, our loan has been approved. And it's just like, we're just waiting for the underwriters to finish doing what they need to do. And it's just kind of frustrating, because it's like, I mean, I'm glad we didn't have to take out a loan to buy the house or anything. That would have been, probably would have missed out on it, because they get tired of waiting. It's just all ridiculous at this point. So I'm getting pretty frustrated, and I'm hoping we have some sort of answer today. But anyways, enough of me ranting over that, because I'm kind of very annoyed. We get Mr. Vincent today, and I'm excited to see him. I have him Wednesday. Well, I have him overnight Tuesday night and Wednesday night, and then he goes home Thursday. Thursday night he'll go home, and I'm going to be so exhausted. That little guy, like, exhausted. He's just a ball full of energy. Damon's birthday was last week. He turned 17. Having his birthday party this weekend? I think it's this weekend. I'd have to look at my calendar. I'm not even... Yeah, it would be this weekend. We're having his birthday party this Sunday. Our county fair also comes in this Sunday. And being we live close to it, a lot of people come here and park anyways. So might as well have everybody come down, party for, you know, a little bit, and then walk down to the fair and hang out down there for a bit. Get our fair food. I better double check and make sure. Yep. But not really much is going on this week. Well, I did get a boo-boo. See my nice boo-boo here? Look at that. I was cleaning over at... I was really trying to get as much of the plaster and dust out of that house. I ended up giving myself a nice blister. And of course it popped before I ever even noticed that I had this stinking blister to begin with. So that's never any fun, but What are you gonna do? It's part of working like crazy. But hopefully we will hear back this week and get money rolling here, because this is getting kind of ridiculous. So hopefully we can get everything up and done. I'd like to get it finished as soon as we possibly can. Almost done with all the petite beads. Oh man. One, two. So yep, not much going on here. In a second I'll show you the cases that I hold my beads in for these. It'll also give me a quick reference, so that way I can look and see what I have instead of having to pull all those beads out, bead cases out, and figure out what I do have and what I don't have. So hopefully today I'll get a call from that bank. That's all I want right now, is a call from that bank so we can get stuff done, so we can finish this thing out. One more number. And now it's kind of deciding, do I finish putting these numbers in and then go and put the beads in, or do I continue doing the numbers until all the numbers are in and then put the beads in? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My shoulder is still killing me. It is hurting so gosh darn bad. I don't know what I did to it, but it needs to just calm down and chill out and not hurt anymore. I'm sick of it. Just waiting. And there we go. That is all those petite numbers completed. So let me see if I can show you guys this. Yep. So this is the DMC to glass bead conversion. And I noticed it has most of the DMC, or the, what's the word I'm thinking of? Most of the Mill Hill beads on them. Like here with the petite beads, I noticed that, what was the number that was missing on it? I think it was, like, it doesn't have the 40219. It has a 40218, but the 19 is missing. So I had to put that in. And then, let me see. You're going to see me in flumpy clothes. These are what I store all the beads in. And I grabbed a, like, master pack from, let me see if I can show you guys this, get this focused. There it goes. From Wendy's Beads and Things. And it has a bunch of, you pay a certain amount and you get so many of each of the color beads. But these are all petite beads. And then these are all regular beads. I don't think there's any Magnificas in here unless they were in a project that I had. But lots and lots of beads that I'm going to put all on here. And then see where I go from there. And I think the next one would be the glass seed beads. I don't know. I know I don't have many of the pebble beads. And I know I don't have many of the bugle beads either. And I don't have many of the Magnificas either. So, I gotta decide what I'm gonna do. But this is, I think I got this off of, I don't know, you can just look up DMC to glass bead conversion and you can find these because it lists the DMC color they recommend and then, you know, the bead. If you prefer stitching your beads on with your floss. But I've got to decide if I'm going to put the beads on next or continue stitching the numbers that go on. I mean, I already have all the petite beads laid out in order this way and here. So what do I want to do? I don't know. I'll decide in a minute. Okay. So what am I doing? Here's Mr. Theo. I think I'm just going to go ahead and start putting beads on, because with you guys here, I'd have to figure out how long it's going to take me to write the glass seed bead, center it, and do all that stuff, and that's just going to be a pain in the butt. Oh, that's not Theo, that's Cammy. Hi, Cam. I know, I called you Theo. I did. I called you Theo. I did. You're not Theo. You're Cam. Okay. Yes, I see you, Cam. Okay. Let's make it so you guys can see it. Pull you guys back. There we go. See what I'm doing. I'm doing this on 28 count fabric because that's what I use. And I'm testing out a new thread. It's called Dragon Thread. And it's sort of invisible, but not quite. So I want to see how... Oop. Then I throw it. See how it works with these beads. And if I like it better than Nymo, because Nymo stretches and this stuff, it doesn't stretch. The only thing is with this is it's meltable. So if you're gonna use it, you're gonna have to iron your project before you put the beads on. Which for me, I don't think that doesn't bother me none, because I usually do all my projects that I put beads on frames, and usually it's not really wrinkled except for where these clamps go. So hopefully it won't matter if I bead as I go, because I did just pull my needle off, and then I dropped it. No, I didn't. It's right here. And this is pretty easy to thread through the needle too. So but I want to give this a try. And I'm a weird person. I like to like swatch everything I craft with, so to speak. And get an idea on it before I don't know. I just like to swatch stuff. And this gives me sort of a set that I can swatch things on, I guess. And as I collect more of the other beads, then hopefully once I fill all this in, if I need to replace something with something else, then I will know which one to replace it with. Because sometimes on those bead heavy Bella Filipinas or Mirabilias, it's so bead heavy that the size that they chose don't fit right. So if I can just replace it with a smaller bead, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's see if I can zoom you guys in. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing better. Well, this thread was a little on the expensive side because you only get 250 meters. And I think it was like 30 some dollars, if I remember right. But it's meant to be made for using with jewelry, which isn't something we need. But I feel like if I can see it better than, like, what is it, KO or it's either YL something invisible thread, I think it'd be worth the money to use it so that way I can see it better. I don't know. I don't know. Of course, I'm just thinking threading it. Oh, man. But I like to work with it so far. And I believe the Nymo thread doesn't melt, so you can iron your projects with that. But I get sick of it fraying. I get sick of the gosh darn thing fraying. And this doesn't fray. I mean, I probably could have went with their thinner. Because this I picked out the size 8. And there's a size 6 in it. And then there's another size. It might be 4. But I went with 8. And I probably could have went with the thinner stuff. But I didn't. This seems to be working pretty well. I don't know. We'll see. but really not much has been happening at all. I'm gonna have to go over to the new house at some point and do a video of it all ripped down and cleaned up before we start the process of putting everything back, so you guys can see before and afters and durings and everything else. I don't know. Uh-oh, I might need to pull out more beads. Hopefully not. I didn't exactly count how many I was placing on here. I just placed a small amount on here. I don't know. Last week I had Vincent and it was that day we ended up not having water. It's not very common that like the water main on our street actually like goes out or anything. But a lot of the times like it'll go out and I don't know how to describe how far away it is, because it's probably about like a quarter of a mile away from our home. Though a lot of times the water main breaks there, which means like our water will be dirty, but we'll still have water. And usually once they shut off that particular water main pipe, within minutes our water will clear and we're fine. But I don't remember if it was Wednesday or if it was Tuesday, because I don't remember which day it was. I had Vincent. It had to been Monday or Tuesday, because I had Vincent Monday, Tuesday last week. And that day, it was a beautiful day outside, and I had him outside, and we were playing with chalk and doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, we were just playing in the dirt and the sand, and you know, he was being a toddler and was covered in dirt and everything else. And then my husband had to go, and I had to go up to Canine University and let out the training dogs there. And we got up there and we noticed that the fire company down on our road are always doing something, and they were like digging at the road for some reason. I have no idea why, but that's what they were doing. And they ended up hitting the water pipe while they were digging, and we noticed on the way back, and we were both kind of frustrated because we had planned, my husband hadn't even taken a shower yet after work, because I forget what was happening, but I think he had physical therapy that night. Like, there was a bunch of stuff that was going on, and he hadn't had a chance yet to shower. And I mean, this is a man that will shower twice a day. He drives me nuts sometimes. It's like, plan your shower accordingly. Like, if you're gonna get up in the morning and do all kinds of crazy stuff, don't shower first thing in the morning or whatever. But anyways, my husband hadn't been able to take a shower yet. And sure enough, we got back, and because the water main break was right down the road from us, literally like a block and a half, 2 blocks away, our main water line had to be shut off. So when he got back, there was no water, And there was no water until the next day. We didn't have any water until the next day. And he was pretty frustrated. And of course, I had Mr. Vincent, and he was covered in a bunch of junk. I think that's enough beads there. It fits over the numbers. How many are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That's only 18 of them. That's not a bad number. So yeah, that night, Vincent and my husband both had to go to bed. Dirtier than dirty. And my husband was not happy at all. And he was able to get up in the morning, and he was able to turn on the water then, and there was water, so he just got a shower then. But it was a mess. I don't want to use my good scissors on this because this thread is pretty thick. There we go. First set of beads in. What I really liked about this thread though is they call it I think it's a thread keep is what they call it. But it makes it so you can always tell where the end of your thread is, and you just pull and it slides. So you always know where your thread's at. And I was like, I kind of like that. There's no guessing where my thread is. And I really like that this stuff here knots pretty darn easily. The knots are pretty easy. And I like that. Damon, you're gonna have to shut the volume off on your thing, honey. I don't need copyright struck. There we go. And then trim that excess off. Thread the needle again. Thread thy needle. It's just been a stinking week. And now I'm not going to be able to thread it. It's just being a pain in the dunkus. There we go. Just being a pain in the dunkus. Picked out a much longer strand. I don't feel like that knot's going to be big enough though. There we go. That's better. All right. Let's start the next round of beads. Much longer strand now. I just don't have much to tell you guys this week. I gotta take Cam and Theo to go get their shots. They're gonna love me for that. This needs tightened. There we go. That needs tightened so it quits shifting on me. Sorry, don't mean to make you guys dizzy. Let's see if we have enough of... Oh, there's an extra bead on there. Get off there. Pay attention to what you're doing, Brittany. We will see though. I don't think I'm gonna have enough of these color beads. But we will see. Let's do 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Nope, looks like there's only 13 here. So nope, not gonna be enough. I'm gonna need another 5 more. That's okay. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'm just really frustrated with that bank, and that's all I can think about right now is doing that. But anyways, I don't really have much else to talk about, so I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys can go about your day and quit hearing me complain. And I need to go get the rest of the crap I need to get done today done. So that way I need to go get dressed for the day. I need to get certain things put up for when Mr. Benson comes. I need to do all that stuff. I need to get that stuff done. Even if I don't want to. But I got to. So, I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. Even if I am not doing anything real interesting like this. But I like to make swatches of things. So, when it comes time to doing different things, I can have an easy reference on what I can switch out and what I can't. But anywhoozle McToozle, I will see you guys next time. Bye.